right? Hello, folks. We're live. This is not Wild Card Wednesday. This is a theme called Carnival Beers. Now, Carnival season starts on 12th night, January 6th, and it runs till Mardi Gras, midnight at Mardi Gras Tuesday, Shrove Tuesday or Fat Tuesday, and be in February this year. Let's see. Yeah, 3 weeks from now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, so here is what I have. I'll highlight myself for a moment. I'm from Louisiana, and I am featuring Mardi Gras Bock from Abita. It's been on the market for a while. You can see the colorful purple, green, and gold. There's a Mardi Gras float with some guy with a beer glass, and the floats do look like that. And so Michael is in Brooklyn, New York City, the state of New York, and he has from 6 Point.
The mayor from 6 Point, and the concept I'm using is every carnival has to have a mayor who'd be in charge. And this is one of the 6 Point themed beers, limited release. And this was the release in late October, which means it's getting past 3 months old. So it's a good time to finish it. It's the last one I have from the 6-pack. 8.5%, and I don't know the IBUs on it. But it's a New England style double IPA.
Okay.
Called the mayor. And there's a picture of the mayor of 6 Point, who is no longer with us, because this beer was done by 6 Point in reverence to somebody who followed all the releases and then passed away. So.
Oh, man. Now, my beer is best by April. No, let's see. Oh, May 23rd. May 23rd. Okay.
6 Point just puts the can date, and it was 10/23. So if we figure it out, November, December, January is 3 months, and then whatever's left. It's not the 23rd of February yet, but it's at least 3.5 months on an IPA. It's getting into the area where the hops will start to fade. So, Robert, hello.
So this is supposed to be Carnival Beers, right?
Yeah.
The best I can do, I think of Pilsners when I think of Carnival and that kind of stuff. The best I can do that I have on hand is a Veltins Pilsner.
Never had it.
If you were in Germany, this would be, most Pilsners would be very common down at what we call the Fest over there. So you've never had a Veltins?
I haven't had it either.
I don't even know if I ever heard of it.
Really?
Shows you what I know.
Oh, you know more than me about this stuff. Anyway, good date's 19 August 20 on it, so we're well within the date.
Yeah. There's so many German brands. I'm pretty sure. I think I have heard of Veltins, actually, but I'm not familiar with it. Sorry.
What's the ABV, Robert?
4.8% is the ABV on it.
Okay.
So typical German.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just purchased the 4-pack the other day. This would be my only option other than doing a stout, or I've got a Belgian dark ale port of call that's cooling, but that's not really what I think of when I think of carnivals.
Well, if you're watching, mine is the mayor from 6 Point, because a carnival should have a mayor. So
yeah, this is true.
That's my reasoning.
Makes sense. Now I'm going to showcase mine for a moment. I'm going to put it on screen share if y'all don't mind, and people can see what I'm looking at. If you can see this Abita website.
Got it.
Mardi Gras.
Okay. Mardi Gras. Yeah. Mardi Gras. Fat Tuesday. Or Tuesday Fat. Fat Tuesday Bock. Mardi Gras Bock is the first of our seasonal brews. Abita Mardi Gras Bock is brewed with pale Pilsner and caramel malts and German Pearl hops. It's similar to Maybach's in its rich malt flavor and full body. A perfect choice during carnival season in New Orleans. Gruyere, Emmental, and Swiss are nice cheese choices with Bock. Great with roasted beef or pork. Try it with Mexican food too. So they're showing a tumbler glass with the golden 6.5. alcohol, 25 IBUs, 13 color, Lovibond color. Comes in 6 packs of bottles on draft. Also, they use pale malt, Pilsner, and caramel malt. The hops are German Pearl and German Lager yeast. So I'm going to go back to my face and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then don't worry, y'all, I'm going to update the comments. Here is, you can see the rich amber or gold. I guess it's amber with the light shining at it. The aroma, spicy, bready, bread crust. Smells good. It's we talked about that brown bread crust, that Roman meal bread crust before. 6.5. Oh yeah. Bread crust, lemony, good bitterness, good body, high medium body. Well, let's say medium body. A crisp finish, good beta. I was wondering why they built the brewery there in Abita, because it's way out from New Orleans. But then I was thinking that's where Abita Springs is, and they have the spring water, and they might have wanted that spring water to use. I'm thinking, but plus they're supposed to have good air there. True story. You're supposed to have good breathing in the ozone air of Abita. Oh yeah, it tastes really good, and the prices are good. I think some stores have 6 packs for even $7.99, although you're probably going to pay $8.99. But these days for craft beer, I say it's a winner. Now let's look, before we go to the next person, at some of these comments. So I don't want people to think we're ignoring them. Yeah, see, you just saw it recently.
Yep.
Oh, you picked some up at Giant Eagle. So Joe Biden's Stench is drinking some Abita Mardi Gras Bock. Oscar Blues has Death by King Cake. Yep. I was talking about that a little while ago on this hangout. Death by King Cake. Mathern's has a can for $2.99. Hello, Eric. Okay, now we're going to go to Michael. And if I can find the brewery website, I'll do a screen share to show the viewers.
Okay.
6 Point.
Okay, this is 6 Point, the Mayor, and it's one of the limited release beers from late October, and it's getting to its point where the hops will fade, so I'm drinking it tonight. This Mayor is the Mayor of our Carnival of tonight, and it's a double IPA, New England style, from 6 Point, with Idaho 7, Galaxy, Mandarina, Simcoe, and Centennial hops at 8.5%. And we're going to take a look at it in the glass, and that's what it looks like. If you can see, it's a very hazy orange, light orange color with a nice white head, which the lacing is very nice also. And if you notice, it regenerates as you go through it. Let me give it a nose. Getting a lot of different combinations of citrus flavors. I'm getting grapefruit and orange, tangerine, and mostly citrus is what I'm getting in the, but you can definitely smell the hops. Let me take a sip. It's very nice. You're still getting the combination, you're getting the citrus. You can't really taste the alcohol, but you could tell that it's not a session. So it's 8.5%. You can't taste that, but you can taste the fact that it's more like a New England style IPA. But it's the mouthfeel is medium. It has kind of a little bit of slickness to it as well. Goes down pretty easy. It's one you'd have to be careful with.
Yeah, 8%.
I'm going to mull over it, and I'll give you a number later.
Okay, I'm trying to find it on their website, but I don't see it.
I guess maybe some of the limited release stuff they don't post.
Yeah, I'm going all through it. I don't see anything about the mayor. So sorry. I would showcase it if I could find it. Now let's see more comments. Hey, that's what I'm drinking. Cheers. George Killian's. Okay, good choice. Ron, you're the best man. Best man at what? Okay, thank you. I'm drinking Labatt's Ice tonight. Yeah, we can't get that in
I
Louisiana.
don't think I've ever seen it either.
Einstock from Iceland.
I never heard of that one even.
Yeah, I've had that one once. Somebody sent it to. No, I bought it somewhere when I saw it for a little while. Hey, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
He must still be rolling on the Chiefs' victory on Sunday.
Oh yeah, no joke. Now the Whisky Scout is going to talk to us about Belton's.
Well, it's very carbonated. It did build with a good 3-finger head. I've been refilling it a little bit as the head's died down, but it's died down to a small, thin head now. We still got plenty of carbonation coming up, and that's common with German Pilsners like you would get at Fest or anything you get. I looked up on the website, and it does have 21 IBUs, Michael.
Okay, I'll put it in.
Yep. Nose-wise, it's grainy. It's got that grassy, grainy, malty note. It's not a roasted malt at all. So it's just a malty note. There's a hint of hops in there. Maybe a little bit more than just a hint of hops, but it's not very hop forward. And that's mainly what I get on the nose. I'm not. It just has that Pilsner. I mean, it's going to sound cliche, but it has that Pilsner's nose to it, like you would get with any typical Pilsner, German Pilsner anyway.
Yeah. That's 11.2 ounce bottle.
It's a 500 milliliter can.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what that came in. I bought the 4-pack. I think I gave $2.99 or $3.99 for the 4-pack. I think it was $3.99 for the 4-pack. Very balanced. The hops is there, but they're not very forward. Nice, little bit citrusy, but not anything that's dominating it. I like it. I think it's a good Pilsner. It's, if you go to you look at the color, and that color is just so light, light gold. And when you sit in a beer tent over in Germany and you order your steins full of beer, that's just reminiscent of the color you get. I mean, that's a common beer for fests when you go to them. And you can drink a lot of it in a hurry, except they're big and about 3 or 4 of them, and you got to find the taxi stand to get home.
Yeah. Now I'm going to try to show their website for a moment.
Okay.
And it says the quality. Can y'all see it?
Yep, I can see it.
The quality conscious consumer will notice the bright, shiny gold. The scent promises a refreshing and tasteful experience and is reminiscent of fresh hay, while a slight herbal note is noticeable. A light citrus aroma, slight nutty note also make you want to taste it. In the first taste, you first hear the lively character and the soft, elegant body of the light beer. The bitter is perceived as very pleasant and harmonizes perfectly with the tangy refreshment. The beer has a harmonious aftertaste and is characterized by a slight tartness. Does that make sense?
I agree that the bitterness is really done well with this. To me, I use the word balanced in it. There's a light citrus note. I don't get no herbal notes on it myself, but every one of these is wrote with. other people's ideals, I guess, or grassy. Well, I guess you could say, no, it's not what I associate as grassy notes. I've had that before. To me, it's just more like a light bready multi note. Anyway, I'm going to pour some more because it is refreshing. It's very sessionable. This would be a good lawnmower beer.
Robert, how does that Pilsner compare to other ones you had in Germany when you were there?
Oh my gosh, that's been years. We're talking 30 years here. It's as good as I can remember with most of them. The ones that stood out to me were Prince Henniger made a good Pilsner. I.B.R.G, they made that was the most common Pilsner, and this is better than I.B.R.G to me. But a lot of people liked I.B.R.G. I just never did too much. But it's the Hofbrau. Hofbrau makes a good Pilsner, and it compares to a Hofbrau. So, I mean, everybody's different, but I like it. It's if you like the Ayyinger Pilsners, you will like this because it's really kind of similar.
I've had that.
Look, they make some like craft beer style products too.
Huh? I haven't seen those yet. Maybe not over here.
With Grievensteiner, the Veltins brewery brings venerable brewing art back to life, and the tradition of the twin brothers. It's cool to find a Hellas, an original, and a Radler. Okay, so these people have all kind of things going on. I was just showing that website. I wasn't trying to not show you.
No, you did fine.
I didn't want to go back onto it later. Drink in Modern Times, Blazing World. Cheers to you. Wow, I never heard of that. But I never get my modern Times beers. We don't get them.
Yes, that's
the bar.
The price is nice on it. I agree with him. That's the reason I bought it. I thought, what?
Yeah, I've had Ying Golden Pilsner. I liked it.
The man with the plan.
All right, Whisky Scout, that's some good choices. Got a lot of viewers and a lot of comments. New Belgium. Yeah, they make good stuff. Okay. Well, I'm very pleased with mine. I'm going to give it. Oh, I love the bitterness. I was going to say 93. I had to go with 94. It's a good Maybach. It's enjoyable. It's spicy. It's mellow, but it's 6.5. It's got enough body and heft to make it interesting. The price is so fabulous. I'd love to try the draft, but I guess, I probably could look around for draft. Maybe try it one day. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it. Michael, how do you score yours?
I'm giving mine a 94 as well. For a double IPA, New England style. It's very drinkable, and I enjoy 6-point beers a lot, and they do seem to do well in certain styles, and this is one of the styles that they do well. So it's an A beer for sure.
Good. We have 2 A's now. What about Veltins?
I'll give it a 92 because I like the balance in it. If it had something that was a little separating it, the only holdback is there's a lot of good beers in this same category that are real similar. Really good beers. So I mean, you're looking for a little something different that'll separate it from the rest. It doesn't. But that said, it's a very good sessionable Pilsner. I mean, I like it.
Yeah. So 2 A's and an A- is no bad results.
Right.
In fact, very good results. Oh, that last sip was so delightful. This is one of my favorite I.B.R.G beers, and they make a lot of them that I like. I'm not a big fan of their fruit beers, but that's not a knock against them. I'm not a big fan of fruit beers from anybody. but that's really so popular for them, those raspberry and strawberry and blueberry beers that they make. Now, Joe Biden's dentures gives a 90 out of 100. Okay, that's only 4 points off from mine out of 100. An A, okay. Well, Michael has an exciting night tomorrow night with some visitors, and they're going to do some tastings. He always gives us updates on his tastings.
This one should be especially interesting because I have a couple of people coming who've done tastings with me in the past, but not in my house. So it's a first chance. These people will be meeting other people.
Yeah.
One of the best thing about beer tastings all around is the camaraderie among the different people. And most of the ones who are coming are regulars who come every month, but we have a couple of different ones coming in, and that should make it more interesting. It gives you an added element where the new people, hopefully they'll like it and come back. You know, I like having returning guests, but the variety of the beer is important. And since everybody brings beer, you don't know what they're bringing until they put it into glasses and you drink it and you rate it. And a lot of fun. And this is funny. It kind of replaced, we used to have a place in the neighborhood where we go on Tuesday night, and Tuesday wasn't as convenient night to do it. Thursday, because it's closer to the weekend. So we have the once a month session. It brings us back memories of what was called beer craft in the time. It's been closed for years now, but several of the people used to go there and we remember it.
Beer craft. Well,
the Brooklyn real estate, in other words, the Brooklyn retail places are worth so much money that people can sell the property for millions of dollars, and it's not worth putting in all that retail time because you can't make as much money. It's sad. If you own the building, you can find somebody who wants to make an investment and buy it. And that's what happened. So that's what happened to this property. And now it's an Indian restaurant, I think.
It wasn't like that 36 years ago, though, was it?
No, we've had definite changes in the economy and the way things are going. And I'm sure there are similarities in other parts of the country as well. But maybe Brooklyn and Manhattan and New York are more examples where, you know, things have gone in large numbers in terms of, you know, how the growth has been in the retail area and in the residential area as well.
Right. I know. I've read articles about it over the last 35 years. I want to say that we are all part of the good beer cult, which is not a bad cult, all cults considered. Right.
No, it's not.
I like Joe Biden's dentures. This guy is interesting.
If I had to go to cult, this would be the one I'd like to get involved in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow night at about 7 Eastern, so about 30 minutes before this one goes on, we're going to do Thunder and Thursday. Probably go on for no more than an hour because I don't want to go on late tomorrow, but I'm going to do a rum taste challenge. I'm going to do Ram Pontalba. I'm going to let John on in a second. I see you down there. I'm going to do Ram Pontalba and versus Aristocrat, and that's going to end my gold rums for now. But then I bought another white one called Palo Viejo, which I found out it's been on the market since 1906. Palo Viejo. And then I have another gold rum later called Appleton Estate, which is common, but I had never had it. And people kept telling me all the time, when are you going to do Appleton Estate? When are you going to do Appleton Estate? I said, okay. And then in a little while, after John Anile is finished, I'm going to show y'all something. I had and Whisky Scout's aware of this, John Anile too. I had a pretty big coup yesterday on bargain shopping.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that when we get off the air.
Hi, John.
That was crazy.
Hey, guys.
Now here's John Anile live from the Empire State of the South, Georgia.
Yeah, just got home a little while ago. Just got done with my work calls. Sorry I'm late.
Okay.
And I didn't really have time to pick up a traditional Carnival beer, but I think this one qualifies. My understanding of Carnival beer is just about anything that you can walk down the street with and drink during the carnival. And what better beer to do that with than good old PBR? 4.74% alcohol. Not quite sure what the IBUs are. Did I freeze?
No.
No,
You're
I
good.
thought I froze. So relatively low IBUs, 4.74%, $8.99 for the 12-pack. Still got a few left.
If you
Good
go to Mardi
stuff.
Gras, if you go to Mardi Gras parades in New Orleans, you'll see a lot of people drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon. There's no doubt about that.
Right. And it's carnival safe in the can. You don't have to worry about broken bottles or anything like that.
The police department and the sheriff's department does not want people walking around with glass bottles. They do not want you to do that. I mean, they don't care if you're walking around with a can of beer or a plastic cup of beer, but the glass bottles, bad. You drop it, it goes everywhere, and people can step on it. Not to mention people get in a fight, and you know what they do with glass bottles. Those peppers look good.
Right.
The Serrano peppers, I think those are.
Jalapeno.
Oh, okay.
So if y'all have already gone, I'll just
You can just do your whole protocol because we're done.
All right. I'll knock it out real quick. So PBR has been one of my favorite macros. PBR Old Milwaukee hams, really easy to come by in my area, really cheap, and just good for a nice sessionable experience. As you can see, it's a nice light golden. Some might actually call that straw appearance. A lot of streaming bubbles going up the glass. I don't know if it shows up on the camera there, but very effervescent. A lot of streaming bubbles.
Oh, let me highlight you. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
I'm starting to lose my abilities now that I'm getting sleepy.
So, yeah, very good, lager appearance. The aroma, light barley malt. Some nice, bready type notes. White bread notes on the aroma. A little bit of like grassy hop note, but very light all the way around with the aroma. So cheers. And cheers to Bumpy, who just joined.
Yep. We're going to let Bumpy. Getting shot in New Orleans. Not that difficult to do.
Flavors very light, easy going. Carbonation's very high. The body's super light. Really carbonated, actually. So nice and bready, getting the barley malt, getting the white bread notes, getting a little bit of the grassy hop note on the back end. Very light, like I said, though. I mean, you could just pound this down.
No winey, no Chardonnay wine flavors. Huh?
It is a little sweet from the malt, but I wouldn't attribute it to a wine characteristic. I know the old PBR ads, they did say that it had wine-like qualities. I wouldn't go that far. I will say that it does have a nice malty sweetness to it, which some people might interpret as a wine-like flavor. But I'm just gonna say it's malty. I wouldn't go as
I just got that from the company itself back years ago. But I mean, that could be flim. They were saying their Carlsberger yeast gives it that. Well, how do you score it?
Yeah, it does have something unique about it that I feel like, and I've done some challenge, blind taste tests with the PBR. I haven't really done much on my channel with it, but I've always been able to tell the PBR from other macro beers, just like Budweiser. Budweiser is such a unique beer as well. It has that very different taste from your, these other standard lagers. Same with PBR for me. So overall, I would give this, for the style, I'd probably go with a 93. Just get into a solid A for the style. It's not the best lager. It's not the worst macro lager. It's right there. I mean, it's still excellent, and it's a great value. So I'd give it a 93. And I buy it all the time, and as long as the price stays where it is, I'll be very happy to buy it again and again.
Now, do y'all get the bottles over there?
We do. The cans are more common, the 12-ounce cans, the 24-ounce cans, but I do know where I can find the bottles as well here.
Because we get the 12 packs of bottles and cans here. So,
Right.
and draft too. Now, Bumpy Road Brewery is out and about, I think.
I am out and about. I just want to pop on real quick because I did pick up a beer for tonight's Wildcard Wednesday, but I am out with craft beer pours and keep sipping. So Brandon and Trish, we're at the Martha's Exchange in Nashua. I'm blocking the sign, and I can't figure out the camera angles. Whatever. But yeah, out and about. The beer I did pick up for tonight. Obviously, I can't pour it and do a tasting on it, but I thought it appropriate for this whole Carnival thing. It was from Foundation Brewing Company, and it's a Maine IPA is what they call it. And what it is called, the name of it was Epiphany. And Epiphany is what happens right before the Carnival in New Orleans. So it's when you start your fasting and stuff like that. So that's what I had picked up for tonight.
Yeah, well, the fasting starts after Carnival, right? But Epiphany is when it starts right after that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it has to do with it. I know. I was kind of just going off there. I don't have anything to read off of them outside. I figured it had to kind of do with the Carnival theme. But unfortunately, I'm not able to really join tonight. So I just wanted to do a quick hello to everybody, and I'm out and about right now, so I'm gonna pop off. But I hope you guys are having a great Wildcard Wednesday.
Jesse, take care.
And I'm sorry that I missed out on it, but yeah, I am out with friends and my wife too. So.
He's calm.
All right, guys, take care.
Take care.
Hey, Bobby.
Have fun.
Oh well, I was asking what town they were in, but I didn't get
Nashua.
Nashville. I thought that's what he said.
Nashua.
He said, I was wondering where you went.
All right, that one's done, and I ain't got no more, so we're switching.
I'm drinking water.
Not me. I'm going to 9.5%.
Oh well, you know.
Protocol, Belgian style dark ale aged in port wine barrels from Unity.
Ron, you can take me out. You still have me presented. There we go.
Yeah, I was about to do that.
Next one.
Protocol. There's a restaurant in New Orleans called Protocol that has big hamburgers.
That's an interesting bottle.
It's a huge bottle. They had them on sale for $1.99.
Sounds like it.
Whoa. Do you have to work tomorrow?
No. Well, that might get called out later tomorrow, but
Oh, good.
it ain't no big deal.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people go to work enthusiastic.
I'm retired.
He's retired. He used to drive a bus, right?
Yeah.
It's been over 13 years since 2006.
Do you miss being behind the wheel?
No, I miss the other drivers that I hung out with during the time I was doing it. That's all I miss. The actual driving part, I do not miss.
Yeah, and you did that for over 20 years, huh?
25 years. It was scary.
Yeah, I bet. I would hate to do it. I'd be so scared.
It was in Manhattan, the big traffic area.
Oh, no, I'd be scared I'd hit something.
That's really sweet. Oh my God. You really get a lot of dark fruits from the port. They use port wine in it.
Oh man, what's the ABV?
9.5%.
Holy smokes!
Oh, excuse me.
9.4%. Limited release, Unity Brewing Company, Salt Lake City, Utah. This is a 750 milliliter.
Oh man, you better share that.
Yeah, with me.
Jay, did you hear he got that for $2?
Yeah.
I heard that $1.99. I couldn't get over it.
They had a whole case of, well, what you got, this is nothing compared to the deal you got.
Yeah, I'm going to show everybody in a moment. Well, you know, President Trump was very proud of your state, Kansas, winning the Super Bowl.
I know, but you know that it was actually the team is in Missouri, not in Kansas.
Yeah, it's only in Missouri by about 5 miles.
Right. I think I really think if you polled most Americans, they would think that the Kansas City Chiefs are from Kansas. I do believe that.
That's possible.
because
it's a border city. You know, all that separates it is
Missouri River.
there's a river in between.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
all
there's
people in
Kansas City,
Kansas, they root for the Chiefs as well. It's not like,
oh, right.
you know.
And there's Kansas City, Kansas. So they're right next to each other. So I was talking to somebody just this morning. No, I was watching a beer review this morning, and he was saying, I thought Kansas City was in Kansas also. You know, so I think it's a common era. Now,
Well, it is half of Kansas City. Well, about a third of Kansas City's on the Kansas side. 2/3 of Kansas City's probably on the Missouri side. But your bigger suburbs like Lenexa and
Olathe.
yeah, Olathe, Lenexa. There's a whole bunch of. A lot of those are on the Kansas side. Don't quote me on that. I don't know Kansas City that well, but Olathe is definitely in Kansas. I think Lenexa is too. But there's Belton's in Missouri. That's where my sister used to live, and that's on the southeast side of Kansas City. She now lives on the west side of Kansas City, up by the racetrack where they built the racetrack and Bass Pro and all that.
I think most of the population, though, is in Missouri because I guess maybe Kansas is growing.
Yeah, like I said, about 2/3 of Kansas City is in Missouri. About 1/3 is in Kansas. The actual city itself.
Okay.
That's not including all the suburbs.
I have been there, so I can actually talk.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I'm sure they were celebrating on both sides of the border.
Oh yeah, that's silly how the things I heard was kind of crazy. And who cares if you're on the Kansas or the Missouri side? Kansas City. I'm not even a Chiefs fan, and I don't care. It's Kansas guys or Missouri guys. They both celebrate. Does St. Louis still have a team?
No.
Not anymore.
I think so. You know, they had the Cardinals and then
Arizona. Cardinals moved to Arizona.
They had two NFL teams and lost both, so I don't think there'll be a third chance.
Jeremy's in Arkansas, and he's been a Chiefs fan his whole life. There's no other, professional team any closer.
No, Dallas Cowboys would probably be the only one close.
I don't think Jeremy would ever root for America's team.
No, he's like me. I wouldn't either.
So I'm a Giants fan, so I don't like the Cowboys.
But I was watching a video yesterday about the Giants and the Eagles from 1978, and the Giants were winning the game, and all they had to 66 never went through.
No,
not.
It cuts through the very southeast corner down by Baxter Springs. That's about all that comes through Kansas. It's just a little bitty sliver.
Never did really go through much of Kansas. I was watching that video, and all the Giants had to do was take the ball and the quarterback could have taken the snap and just run with it and fallen on the ground, and the clock would run out.
That's the famous Pizarchik fumble, which Herman Edwards picked up and ran it for them.
They decided, let's hand it off. And then they bobbled the handoff, and Herman Edwards picked it up and ran in for a touchdown.
Whoever the coach was, it cost him his job. He was fired the next day, the coach of the team. And they said, you have to have enough control of the play calling, even if the offensive coordinator is calling the plays. I told you, Jerry, would root for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows how I feel about him, too.
The offensive coordinator was fired before he got to the locker room.
They said, what was this about? Whatever. But
that was crazy to watch it, and the people in Giant Stadium were just like, boo, like, this is terrible. Okay, now, had to pause the editing to tune in. I love watching. Thanks, Moose River review crew.
Northern aggression. Yeah, there was a little bit.
It goes back to some of that, yeah.
When they burned Lawrence and all that mess.
Yeah, it's a good type.
John Brown, remember him?
Oh yeah. If you go to the Kansas State Capitol, there's a whole mural on a wall with John Brown on it. As a Kansan, I didn't even like John Brown. When you know what the things he did, it's how you can idolize him or put him.
He was a crazy.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And I'm being nice. He was a real crazy.
Yeah, he was. I mean, it wasn't uncommon for him to go through little rural areas in Kansas where people were Southern sympathizers, and he'll just kill the whole family.
Yeah, honoring him would be like honoring him would be like honoring the Oklahoma City bomber.
Yeah. In today's parlance, yes.
Make a mural for him. Okay, now so I was at Savannah Discount yesterday, and they do have good deals, but then the man was telling me you ought to go walk down that aisle because they've got this they're renovating the store, so things are in kind of disarray, and they have a sign, "We apologize for our mess," But he said, "Go down that discount aisle." I said, "Okay, what the heck." So I went down the aisle, and I was like, "Woof." So I paid after tax, $48 and something. I put it on alcohol legs. It was after tax and everything. It was $48 and some cents, like 65 cents, I think. Yeah, that makes sense, Jeremy, because over here, it's always the Saints. And then when the Saints weren't on, they would always show the Houston Oilers, believe it or not. Well, because they're the next closest NFL city. So we either got the Oilers or the Saints. And we still get the Texas Rangers and the Astros, as you would imagine. Okay. So I went down the aisle and I was looking and I was like, okay, so I bought beers yesterday. This is a beer channel. I bought beer. So I bought this one. This is a 750 milliliter. And this is called Chivas Regal Mitsunura
oak, and it's made from Japanese oak barrels.
Yeah, Mitsunara, Japanese oak barrels, but it's from Scotland. They just take the oak barrels from Japan. Mm-hmm. And this is in a nice box. And this on its own at most liquor stores will add up to about what I paid for everything.
Wow.
More.
Or more.
In Kansas, it's more.
Yeah. So this was $18.99 plus tax.
Sounds like a steal.
It was like less than half price.
Wow.
Okay, next, Martell Blue Swift. This is aged in bourbon barrels. It's a cognac aged in bourbon barrels, VSOP. That means it's aged at least 4 to 6 years. This is only a 200 milliliter bottle, but if you convert it to the ounces, a regular size bottle of this would cost you about $54. But I got it converted to about $24.
That's great.
Yeah.
So this was only $5.99. So that was incredible. Then they had Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. And this is a half bottle, $3.75. But this was $6.99 plus tax.
That's an incredible deal because that stuff ain't cheap.
No,
$40 at least.
So it converted over. Everything converted to super cheap. And the man at the checkout was like, "You ain't gonna find it cheaper, I'm telling you." And I'm like, "I believe you."
Yeah.
And that's just. I'll show you a couple of more, and then I want to get off of this. But I just was like, couldn't get over it, And I could have bought way more. Believe me, way more. Okay.
So you guys, well, you can either do it before we go off air or wait till we get off air. I missed the entire beginning of the stream, so I have no idea what you guys were drinking for Carnival Beers.
Oh, sorry. I did the I-B.R.G Mardi Gras Bock 6.5.
Okay. Yeah, I figured you would probably do that.
Michael did a 6-point beer called Mayor of the Carnival, the Mayor. Thank you, Jim. The Mayor. And then Whisky Scout.
Double New England style IPA, John.
Okay.
Yeah, deliciously dangerous. Ron, you have piqued my interest. Yeah, PIQUED, though, piqued. My interest with the bargain shop and comment. Make sure to specify the location since I am local. Yeah, it's called Savannah Discount. It's on Louisiana Highway 45 in Marrero, close to the intersection with Ames Boulevard. The place is always packed with people because the word is out. It's got great deals. And if you go north on that highway, you can get the Discount Depot, and they have deals that are beyond the pale also. Like a full size, you can get 750 milliliters of 100 Piper Scotch for $3.98. Even if it was bad, it would be a great. Okay, now here is Monaco. I've been running across these Monaco products. I did the Monaco Cognac Crush. Boy, that was a really great one. Here's Monaco Craft Cocktail Kentucky Mule, a premium craft cocktail made with Kentucky bourbon whiskey, ginger liqueur, and ginger beer. So it's one of these pre-packaged cocktails, you know. And this is from Cold Spring, Minnesota. Yes, Monaco. Pretty cool, huh?
It's got a really cool, like rustic almost can. I like the can design.
Yeah, and it's been on the market for years. It's not new, but it's new for us. So this was $2.50. Here's Monaco Moscow Mule. That's a Kentucky Mule. So Moscow Mule is a craft cocktail made with 6 times distilled vodka and ginger beer. So this could be another interesting item.
Huh.
And they're all around New Orleans, 2 for $5. And Cold Spring.
Will those make appearances on Fandango Friday, or you're not sure?
Well, Fandango Friday, I have to do.
Shit.
What? I have to do some. You getting a little affected?
No, I'm getting low on it.
Oh, well, the effective is coming, folks. Come. I will probably keep doing the taste challenges on Fandango because these I'm probably going to do solos. But man, I just couldn't. I could have really spent like $200 over there, and I would have brought back so much stuff. It was unbelievable. But Whiskey wants to talk. Whisky Scout wants to talk to me off air. We're gonna get off air. We've been on long enough. Thanks for watching this Taste Challenges. Any last words from anybody?
We are planning on having another Stout Sunday on Sunday, John. Am I correct?
Yes, Stout Sunday is on again this weekend.
Okay, because
I'll be in town.
I will be there. John,
I will not be there. I will be working. I'm sorry, guys.
John, did you get my latest text?
The only text I got from you or that I saw today was asking if I was joining tonight. Did you send me something after that?
I did.
Okay.
You can take a look at it and respond.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Thanks, folks. I love that price.
Thanks for hosting.
It's going down good. That's good stuff.